Hello my unnamed viewers, today's video is going to be a little bit different, but tell me if you like this style down below. As I'm filming this, it is the time of the coronavirus and people have been doing interesting things to occupy their time.
3, 2, 1.
I like cash in my hair to my ass, do the dash.
Yeah. Anyways, I have been watching foreign animated films and rating them on my Instagram. You can see that down below. I have it in a highlight. And I stumbled across this animated series called The Snow Queen, and it has 5 movies. I'm only going to be reviewing the first 3, because one of them is not out in America or has like an English dub to watch yet, and the other one doesn't come out till 2021 in Russia. To start off, the animation company that made this is called WizArt. They are founded in Russia. They started up in 2007, and they are known for their Snow Queen movies and Sheep and Wolves movies. I watched that one. It was interesting for the most part. They've done a few other like series and things like that, but nothing too big that people know, because also if you're an American viewer watching this, which 99% of you are, this is all in Russia, so we wouldn't really know. We follow a girl named Gerda who's separated from her family at a young age by the Snow Queen. Her father was the last living wizard. He specialized in making mirrors that whenever someone would look into them would show their true self. The Snow Queen was determined to kill all wizards since they had the power to defeat her. A few years pass and we see Gerda in an orphanage with her little companion Luda, a white weasel. One day, whenever she lost Luda, she met a boy in the boiler room and they became friends. Later the same day that her and the boy Kai met each other, Kai was confronted by Orm, the Snow Queen's assistant. Little did the Snow Queen know that there was more than one child in the Vagard family, which is where Gerda came from. Orm makes a plan with Kai for them to escape, and Kai can become an artist that he's always dreamed to be. But little did Kai know that he was actually a trap so that he can be killed by the Snow Queen, since he was the last remaining son, supposedly, of the Vagard family. The same night that Kai and Orm plan on escaping, Gerda was hiding inside the boiler room to talk to Kai. Whenever Kai and Orm were about to be transported by this tiny stone that was given to Orm by the Snow Queen, Gerda pops out and the stone gets dropped by Orm. The stone takes Kai to the Snow Queen. Meanwhile, it leaves Orm and Gerda stranded in the middle of the snow. For the majority of the rising action, we follow Orm and Gerda going through a bunch of random adventures, meeting a bunch of new people. They meet a old hungry money lady that has an interesting area. They also run into a very dysfunctional family that it was crazy. They literally just burnt down their whole entire castle to realize that they were family and they were supposed to be there for each other. On the way to their final destination to get to the Snow Queen, they run into a group of pirates and they meet a girl there named Lucinda. No, her name's Alfida. Her name's Alfida, not Lucinda. And basically, Gerda had this little tiny mirror in her pocket, and she showed it to the Snow Queen, and defeats the Snow Queen, and everyone's safe. It was pretty simple. The story is simple and cute. I enjoyed it, but there is one thing about the dialogue. I'm not sure if they have it the same in the Russian dialogue, but at the beginning, I felt like Kai and Gerda were supposed to be like romantically involved. It just felt weird how she was talking about him to me. I don't know, it just felt kind of off about it. But other than that, it was pretty okay. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but I would give it like a solid 7 out of 10. In The Snow Queen 2, we follow Orm in his life back at home with the trolls with his senile grandma. He writes letters to Gerda saying his life is great. Meanwhile, he is broke, his job sucks, and his house is about to be repossessed. A new challenge comes to the kingdom where someone fights to win the marriage of the princess's hand. Orm finds this as an opportunity to make life for him and his grandma better. He lies his way to win the princess's hand, and while explaining how only he by himself killed the Snow Queen in the Royal Colosseum, Gerda shows up when she was trying to surprise him. Not long after, the Snow Queen comes in and destroys the kingdom and takes the princess. A group of trolls go to save the princess, and now the prize has been cancelled from before, and whoever can save the princess now can have her hand in marriage. One night, as the group is resting at their camp, Orm steals the map and goes on his own way to go save the princess. Soon after, the group finds out that Orm ran off with the map and they go on their mission to go find him. They bump into Gerda and her friends and they team up to go save the princess together. After treading on his own for a while, Orm is confronted by the Snow King. The Snow King takes over his body and becomes a different version of himself. Orm sees his friends and the other trolls trying to go save the princess. He follows them, and since no one can see him because the Snow King took over his actual body, he was able to save everyone by telling the truth, and that was basically it. Orm let another troll win the princess's hand in marriage because all he cared about was his grandma. The kingdom did reward him for him saving everyone from the Snow King, and him and Gerda made up. The animation in the second one is a step up from the last. It's more colorful and vibrant, and the character designs were done well. I like the particle effects and things like that. It just looks nice overall. The story is pretty fun. It's a little bit different. I wish that they focused on Gerda and Kai building a sibling relationship, but this one was just about Orm. We open up with this young boy, Roland, trying to one-up pirates in Spain. One of the pirates gives him a book and he studies it. A few years pass and we see Gerda and Kai on a trip to his school to give a presentation on how they killed the Snow Queen. But after the show's done, Kai is done being a legend and always giving out these presentations and people only going up to him for souvenirs and little knickknacks. Gerda agrees with him and they both decide to go temporarily live with Orm in the Troll Kingdom. At Orm's home, they meet Roland, who is there to find out about legends. During dinner, Gerda and Kai have a fight. Kai runs off and plans to leave the troll. Gerda runs off as well and is followed by Roland. Roland tells Gerda about this wishing stone. They go on a little adventure in the kingdom that night and connect with each other. When they touched the stone to make a wish, the Snow Queen and the Fire King took over their bodies and basically gave them these new powers. A curse is set on them, and at sunset the next day, when a North Star appears, their transformation will be permanent. Gerda has new ice powers, and Roland has new fire powers. Unsure of what they need to do, they go through the kingdom without being noticed to find Orm to help them. Meanwhile, the kingdom is being overtaken by lava spills and ice. Gerda, Roland, and Orm go to the troll library, which they are then caught by the king and his royal consultant. The king trusts Gerda to save the kingdom since she has before. Roland and Gerda go back to the stone, and Gerda gets the Snow Queen removed from her and put back into the stone. And whoa, this is where I was shocked. A twist villain. I'm cringe. Roland had other intentions to become a legend. Roland leaves the stone to go and destroy the kingdom, leaving Gerda in a rising lava pool. Kai and pirate girl Lucinda, they end up saving her, but not in time for Roland to completely set the kingdom on fire. In final efforts, Gerda uses an ice train as she made earlier in the movie to push Roland into a lake to set him out and kill him. Everything is resolved at the end, and yeah. This movie is probably my favorite from the 4 animated films because it's just so good, surprisingly. It's good. The animation is really good. I love it. Everything looks nice. Character designs are great. Everything looks great. Also, this movie has a good twist villain. Like, I was shocked by that. It actually had a good twist villain. Because you can see, like, his intentions kind of. He's also my new cartoon crush. I have issues. Anyways, you can see that he drops, like, little hints throughout the movie. He wasn't just, like, out of nowhere for, like, some irrational reason becoming a twist villain out of nowhere. Unlike some. This is like what I think Hans should have been in Frozen, because Hans was good, but it just felt kind of weird that he was a twist villain. I'm pretty surprised at this whole entire series, and I want to see the 4th and the 5th one whenever they do come out for me to watch, because I can't read subtitles. I don't have the attention span for that, so I'm gonna wait till it comes out in English for me to watch. But they're nothing close to like a Pixar movie, but they're still pretty good for what they are. So yeah, I am most likely going to end up doing more of these foreign animated films videos. So if you guys know any foreign animated films, I can't say that. If you guys know any FAFs, put them down in the comments below. I've already done some more rankings that I might make videos on, so just tell me if you want that. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe, like it, do something. But yeah, that'll be it. Adios.